In today's video, we'll be building the Tamiya 1x35 T62A tank. I've already done a video review of this kit. To watch that, just follow the link in the corner, okay? Some parts of this video build I've already completed, and when those parts come up, I'm just going to reference you to the link of the video that I've already done. So for example, painting the wheels, I've already done that, and when that part comes up, I'll just show you the completed wheels and reference you to the link, okay? Similarly to some weathering parts I've already completed as well, and so like I said, when those parts come up, I'll reference you to those links so you can go have a look if you want. Otherwise this video would just have been too long, okay? So like I said earlier, guys, I've already painted the wheels, and if you want to have a look at that, the link is in the top right hand corner, okay? And there's a quick preview there as well. I like to use Revell contactor glue where I feel there's going to be large gaps, because I feel this glue really fills those gaps in and you know, causes them to mold properly, and then I can sand that molding off. There's a nasty ejector pin mark on the hooks. We're just going to use Tamiya basic putty, unthinned, and apply it straight into that, okay? And then we'll sand it off later, as you're going to see. For more videos like this, and if you like this video, guys, just please subscribe to my channel, and the link is in the corner, okay? For this video build, I had quite a lot of footage, and you know, I had to leave some parts out because there was just too much footage. So some things, yeah, won't be seen, but most of you know, the build has been put into the video. Okay. Here are the hooks all cleaned up now, okay, and we're going to put them on the tank, okay. So the Revell contactor glue has dried off now, and you can just sand off pretty much the seams, and there shouldn't be any gaps. This is really thick glue and it really seals the gaps pretty well. You just have to sand them off, and you don't really need putty most times. For the gun barrel, I'm using Revell contactor glue again, once again, because I'm pretty sure it'll seal off all the gaps. So yep, as you'll watch, I'm going to clip this on, and I've left this for about a day, okay, before I've come back to it again, which you see here. I just sand off the glue marks, and the barrel is really pretty much good to go, okay. Let's assemble all the small parts for the turret now. First off, we're going to begin with the lights, okay, and then yeah, put all those tiny bits onto the turret. For the fuel drums, I don't have all the footage here, guys, but yeah, I've used Revell Contactor glue to seal them in, and then I'm going to sand off that glue once it's sealed up to finish that gap off in between, okay? And then prime that to make sure there's no more gaps left. Now the machine gun had an ejector pin mark in the center on one side. I've used perfect plastic putty. I don't have the footage here, but yeah, I used perfect plastic putty to seal that in. And then we're just going to clean that off with water and an earbud, okay? That's all it is. And then later on with a toothpick as well. There are still some sanding left to do on the back of the vehicle and the front of the vehicle. Okay, I've sanded that off, and then I start priming. I like to prime outside, and I use Tamiya Surface Primer straight from the can. I think the can surface primer is one of the best you can get on the market today. Okay, and yeah, we'll look at all the parts after that primed. Here it is, all primed up, looking very nice, okay. I'm going to use some perfect plastic putty, okay. There's a gap between the top of the turret and the bottom. We're going to apply perfect plastic putty there to seal that off. Then we're going to clean that off with the earbuds and water. Okay, I'm not going to show you the entire process as that would take pretty much forever. Okay, as you can see, the gap is now filled and we've got a really nice clean white line where the gap used to be, and that's the perfect plastic putty all dried up. We're going to use SMS Paint's Protective Green. This is a lacquer paint to paint the tank. Because it's a lacquer paint, it dries off pretty quick, and you can use pretty much anything on top of it. It's pretty solid. Really happy with the first coat. The SMS Protective Green is a really great paint. Next, we're going to post-shade this with SMS Aggressor White. Once again, another lacquer paint. We want to post-shade this pretty heavily because we want a very high contrast at the end, okay? So once I've finished painting the white, you're going to see me paint on top of that again with SMS Protective Green. So now I'm going to paint over the top of this with SMS Protective Green. The goal here is to have a very high contrast, okay? The reason for that is after we've painted this, we are going to seal it with Pledge Floor Care. Then we're going to seal it with Alclad, not once but twice, okay? So it's going to have quite a few coats. The coloring will get darker and darker, and the shades will blend in a lot more. So the higher the contrast you have at the start, the better, because it'll blend. If you don't have a high contrast, it'll blend in after about four coats of gloss and flat, and you won't see any shading left, if that makes sense. Here it is all painted up, and as you can see, there's a very high contrast, okay? Next up, we're going to paint the fabric that was on top of the gun barrel with khaki, okay, to give it that fabric look. I'm now going to seal this all in with Pledge Floor Care. I've only waited for about an hour for the paint to dry because it's an acrylic lacquer. It dries pretty fast. Okay. I've already painted the fuel drums, and for that video, have a look at the link in the corner, okay? It'll show you how to mask those off. I'm going to apply the decals now. I like to use Tamiya Mark Fit on the surface, especially if the surface is pretty matte, like this, the surface of this turret, even though I've gloss coated it. Once I've put the decals on, I like to let them sit for about at least 24 hours before I do anything with the model. Here's what the tank looks like before weathering. Okay, we're now going to use Tamiya panel line scent to highlight some of the panel lines and the raised detail. Okay, I'm going to apply the Panaline Ascent, and then I'm going to clean that up with earbuds dipped in Tamiya X20 enamel thinner. To highlight the raised detail, I use Tamiya Weathering Master set. In this case, I'm using snow, or the white color, or the white pigment. I rub it on my finger, and then I rub my finger over the raised detail. I feel like with my finger I can really control where I apply the color. The brush doesn't really feel like it gives me a lot of control, which is why I like to use my finger, okay? I'm now going to apply some streaking grime using Vallejo's streaking grime. I'm going to apply it on either side of the tank where I really think that you're going to have a streaking effect. This is going to be our first layer of weathering, okay? And like I said, I'm going to apply it here, and I'm going to apply it on top of the turret and in some areas on the front of the tank, which I haven't shown in the video, okay? Now I like to apply this using a flat brush in an up and down motion. That way it creates those streaking lines that you see on the model. You just apply the paint and then drag it downwards or upwards, creating that streaking effect. This is what the tank looks like now with the nice streaking effects. Very subtle. Like I said, this is the first layer of weathering. But yeah, very subtle and but a very nice effect. For the tracks, I've just applied Vallejo Desert Dust Wash straight on top of the tracks. I tried painting them, but that didn't work. So I've just applied Vallejo Dust, and I'm going to connect those tracks together, which the footage of I don't have, and then put those tracks on the tank. Okay, for the next step, after I've applied the wheels, to get the sag in the tracks, I use some clips, okay, and then I apply super glue on top of the wheels and on the bottom of the track. I then apply the clip in between the wheels to create that sag effect. We're now going to use Tamiya X33 to paint the shovel on the tank. I'm now going to apply Alclad matte coat to the tank. Okay, this is the first layer of matte coat that we're going to apply. Now I've made some stowage for this model, and there's a video of how I've done that in the top right hand corner, so have a click on that if you want to see how I made these stowage items, okay? Now I have not shown you how to paint the log in this video, and I don't have a link to that yet because I haven't done the video yet. I will do that video next, and it'll be up on my channel within about a week, okay? So have a look at that when it comes out. Now I've applied a second layer of weathering on top of this model to give it that really nice streaking effect. I've done this by using a dot filter, and the video for that is in the top right hand corner, okay? I think it gives the tank a lot of character and a very complete look, as you can see here. Some parts are highlighted and some parts are discolored and some parts have a streaking effect. I'm just going to seal the model in with another coat of Alclad matte coat, the one we used earlier, and then after that put some more details on the model. Here is some more stowage I've built up using the same method that I've referenced in the video earlier, okay?